Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. If your plants are dying, this is the video for you. Stay tuned. I get a lot of questions from people asking me how to take care of their plants because their plants are struggling. So I'm going to give you my top 7 reasons why your plant is struggling and how you can go about fixing that. The first reason your plant might be struggling is due to over or under watering. You really need to be sure that you're not overwatering. Your soil should not be super soaked. It should be just lightly moist constantly. A sign that you're underwatering is probably that your leaves are starting to droop. They might even be falling off. You're thinking that your plant might be dying. And you need to make sure that you're taking a look at your plants every day to look for these signs. You don't want waterlogged soil, but you don't want underwatered soil either. I realize that a lot of people try to hold off due to the fact that they're afraid they're gonna overwater, but when it gets really hot outside, it's pretty difficult to overwater. So keep that in mind. It might help you out. The second reason your plant might be struggling is because you're either over-fertilizing or under-fertilizing. Typically what I see from people is that they're under-fertilizing. They have no fertilization schedule at all. And for an in-ground plant, this may not be as big of an issue because those roots can really expand themselves out and they're able to find that nutriment that they need in order to survive. But in a potted situation, it's very important that you adopt a feeding schedule. If you guys want more information on how I feed my plants, I will leave a link in the description below for you to find that information. But it's very important that you understand your plants need to eat. So check out the link in the description if you want more information on that. The third reason your plant might be struggling is due to pest pressures. And this is a very common issue and a lot of people don't know that they have pest problems. You really have to inspect your plants closely. So once again, this is something that you can catch early on just by spending a little time in your garden, looking over your plants. And if you guys are as obsessed with plants as I am, then this probably isn't an issue. You're probably spending a lot of time in your garden. If you guys want to know more information on how to deal with pests, there's another link in the description below to a video that will give you all the information you need to help save your plants, so check that out. The fourth reason your plants might be struggling, and it's something that goes overlooked all too often, and it's very simple. It's just placing your plant in proper lighting. You might put a fruit tree in a place where it's a little too shady, it's not going to produce fruit for you, it's never going to thrive because it needs 6+ hours of sunlight. Then you have other plants that actually like a little bit of more shade, and you could place it underneath your fruit tree and it would do fine. But if you put that plant in full sunlight, it's gonna scorch those leaves. You're gonna end up with a plant that's really struggling. And so it's very important that you read the information about whether or not your plant needs a lot of sunlight, a little sunlight, or maybe a place where it's kind of the best of both worlds. Maybe it gets a little morning sunlight, but afternoon shade. It's very important to look over that information before you put a plant in the ground because it's very difficult to transplant your plant once you have it in its spot. So keep that in mind. The fifth reason your plant might be struggling is going to be mulch. Some people are simply not mulching their trees. They're putting them straight in the ground. Maybe you're going out and watering it every day, but your plant is still gonna struggle. It is vital that you put at least 2 inches of mulch around your plant in a pretty wide circle. I would say probably a 2-foot diameter around the tree in order to help retain that moisture, especially when it gets to summertime. It's very difficult for your plants to thrive, especially in their first year or two, if you don't mulch your tree. So please mulch your tree and you're gonna see that your success rate goes way up. So make sure you're mulching your tree. The sixth reason your plants might be struggling is due to the fact that you might not be working your soil before you put the plant in the ground. Now, I'm not saying that you have to till your entire land in order to put a single fruit tree in the ground, but it is very important that you at least work the soil where the root ball is going to be. This gives those roots the opportunity to really expand out to help the tree grow more quickly. By establishing a stronger root system, you're gonna establish a stronger canopy of the tree much quicker. So you have to work your soil. It's a very important process, so don't overlook the power of working your soil. And reason number 7 that your plant might be struggling is very easy to fix. it's making sure that you're getting plants that are proper for your plant hardiness zone. This may seem very commonplace for some of the viewers, but when you're new into plants, this is something it's a totally new realm, and it has a lot of learning curves. And so even though it sounds simple, there are some people that don't understand what plant hardiness zones are. It's very important that you know where you live, what your climate is, and what fruit trees are actually going to not only just survive, but thrive where you live. So please do a little bit of research on the tree, know your plant hardiness zone. You can find this out just by going to a search engine of your choice, typing in your city and plant hardiness zone, and it's going to tell you what plants will work well in your planting zone. So please don't overlook that, and you're gonna see a lot more success in your planting. If you guys found these tips helpful, and if you enjoy the content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with any of your friends who are into plants who might be struggling, and maybe this will help them. If you guys haven't already, check out the AmericanFigCompany.com, where we sell lots of rare cold hardy varieties of plants. If we're sold out at the time, I apologize, guys. All of our plants go really quickly, and we are working on the inventory issues, but go ahead and put your email in, get on the subscription list, and you'll know as soon as the plants that you want are available. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys.